A Taylor Swift source has been revealed by Candace Owens.
Music icon Taylor Swift's reputation now removed from a heated Hollywood legal battle.
I wish I never met Blake.
Looks like Taylor Swift is out of the woods.
This is the source that came to Justin Baldoni's attorney to speak of the extortion attempt by Blake Lively. Holy cow, stick around for that.
It wasn't just another subpoena, it was a fuse waiting to be lit. When Taylor Swift's legal team officially filed a motion to quash the subpoena demanding her testimony in the Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni lawsuit, it ignited a backstage storm that no one was supposed to witness. Baldoni sought Taylor's testimony to access an email that allegedly proved she was being extorted by Lively. Insiders revealed that Lively completely lost her composure when Taylor's camp declined the request, causing her entire legal strategy to unravel in a matter of moments.
Baldoni wanted to get a subpoena of Taylor Swift so that he could look at this one email that proves that she was being extorted by Blake Lively.
Once proud of Taylor's deep involvement in It Ends With Us, from song licensing to emotional support, Lively found herself isolated and vulnerable. Allegations surfaced that Lively's lawyers made extortionate threats to Taylor's legal team, demanding that the singer publicly support Lively. Baldoni's lawyer noted, "It could evidence an attempt to intimidate and coerce a potential witness." This betrayal came not from an enemy, but from a friend Taylor had once leaned on in both personal and professional contexts.
Who allegedly said that Lively's lawyers made extortionate threats to Taylor Swift's law firm, demanding the singer release a statement of support for Lively. Baldoni's lawyer adding it could evidence an attempt to intimidate and coerce a potential witness.
Rumors began to circulate that Lively didn't merely ask for support. She allegedly demanded it, warning Taylor that if she didn't issue a statement after the Super Bowl, she would release 10 years' worth of private texts that could severely damage Taylor's carefully curated image. Some labeled this behavior as emotional blackmail, while others viewed it as evidence of a friendship that had become toxic beyond repair. However, Taylor stood firm, refusing to publicly support Lively, and allowing her lawyers to assert that the subpoena was unduly burdensome, irrelevant, and a complete invasion of privacy.
Blake Lively was accused of threatening Taylor Swift to publicly support her or else release 10 years worth of text messages, amongst other things.
Then came an unexpected twist. The subpoena was withdrawn. Taylor would not testify, effectively pulling the plug on any attempt to make her a scapegoat in this escalating legal disaster. While Lively's camp tried to spin this as a win, sources indicated that panic and desperation were brewing behind the scenes, with Lively's legal team scrambling to maintain control over the narrative. The unexpected source of tension? Allegedly, it was Taylor Swift's father. Once Taylor said no, everything began to collapse around Lively. It felt almost poetic, as the song at the center of this legal mess, My Tears Ricochet, is about friendship. Not the idealized version, but one that ends in devastation.
Who was the person? Who was Unexpected Dragon? Who was the person that very clearly after this Super Bowl thing got upset? Drum roll, please, you guys. Allegedly. Taylor Swift's father.
Taylor herself noted in an interview that close friends know how to hurt you, and when that bond breaks, it becomes strategic and painful. Lively had insisted on using My Tears Ricochet for the film's trailer, but now questions arise. Was the song truly about the film, or was it a reflection of their feud? Taylor views the song as a metaphor for friends tearing each other apart, and if the leaked allegations are true, that's precisely what transpired between her and Lively. Taylor's camp felt blindsided by how heavily Lively relied on their connection. Insiders described it as a one-sided friendship that turned manipulative once it was no longer beneficial. Lively, however, painted a different picture, publicly praising Taylor for her support during filming and claiming they were in sync.
This means the mother of dragons, Khaleesi, forgot that there could be a father to the dragon.
Yet Taylor later revealed she had no involvement in the film's production, casting doubt on Lively's narrative and raising questions about her credibility. When the pressure mounted and subpoenas were issued, Taylor's public statement was calm yet devastating. She confirmed her lack of involvement in It Ends With Us, stating she had never been on set, had no role in casting, and had not even seen the film until weeks after its release. She licensed her music like any other artist, with no special treatment or collaboration. This public statement hit like a gavel slamming down in a courtroom, sending shockwaves through Lively's camp.
And Taylor Swift may have taken the high road, but Daddy Swift, not so much.
The legal battle between the film's stars continues, but Taylor's statement was a decisive blow. It was a clear message: stop dragging my name into this. This was not just a clarification, it was a clean break that sliced through the web of Lively's PR spin and left her looking dangerously exposed. If Lively had been lying or even exaggerating about Taylor's role in the project, what else had she misrepresented? Legal experts noted that a witness's credibility is often more valuable than any single piece of evidence.
Legal battle between the It Ends With Us stars still in full swing, but it may end here for Taylor Swift.
If a jury believes you have bent the truth in one area, they will question everything else. Now, Lively's credibility is under scrutiny, not just from critics or opposing counsel, but from a former friend with global influence and evidence to back her claims. The infamous subpoena was not a random fishing expedition. It stemmed from a tip within Taylor's camp. On February 14th, an insider revealed that Lively had allegedly threatened Taylor with exposure if she did not publicly support her.
The fact that her dad and her are very close, and her dad is a very successful businessman, and the Taylor Swift brand is worth so much money.
This threat involved releasing 10 years of private messages, which could devastate Taylor's carefully curated image. Taylor, who built her empire on carefully choosing what to share and what to protect, was reportedly stunned and hurt deeply because this threat came not from a stranger, but from someone she once considered chosen family. Taylor never publicly confirmed the threat, but her silence spoke volumes. She did not deny it or defend Lively, indicating that her trust had been violated.
Can you imagine the damage it would do to her brand if 10 years of text messages came out? Not only would it hurt her, but it would hurt everyone working for her. And this is a massive empire.
The sudden withdrawal of the subpoena and insider leaks suggested that Baldoni's team had obtained what they needed without court enforcement. New filings hinted that Baldoni's attorneys now possessed documentation supporting their claims, potentially proving Lively's threats against Taylor. If verified, this could legally redefine Lively's actions in court, especially in a case already fraught with manipulation and power struggles.
Who knows what were in those text messages between Taylor and Blake that Blake wants her to delete.
As the legal storm raged, Lively's carefully crafted image began to crumble. Insiders described her as a nightmare to work with, and Netflix executives reportedly cooled off on potential deals due to the growing drama surrounding her. The fallout from this legal battle could extend far beyond the courtroom, affecting Lively's career and reputation in the industry. With Taylor Swift distancing herself, Lively's narrative is no longer hers to control.
Blake Lively wanted her to do and support her publicly. That could have backfired big time when everyone found out that Blake Lively had been lying and Taylor Swift was supporting that, and maybe Taylor Swift even knows it's a lie.
The public is beginning to question the authenticity of her claims, and the legal implications of her actions could be severe. If the court finds that Lively misrepresented her relationship with Taylor, her entire case could collapse under the weight of her contradictions. As the trial approaches, the real questions about Lively's credibility and past behaviour loom large. The text messages she allegedly threatened to leak could become pivotal evidence, and if authenticated, they could destroy her reputation as a victim and public figure.
He just confirmed what everyone else has been saying about her. He said that she was a nightmare to work with and everyone knew about it.
I can't stand Blake Lively for reasons. Like, I have reasons why I cannot stand the woman, and I've heard it for years. And I always say in Hollywood, if you hear it over and over that someone is an absolute nightmare, at some point it's going to come out.
The court may be holding back now, but they won't hold back forever. When those documents are unsealed or read aloud in court, everything Lively has tried to bury could come roaring back in a flood of receipts. In the end, Blake Lively's so-called victory may have only deepened the cracks in her case. The narrative is shifting, and with Taylor Swift permanently out of the picture, Lively faces a daunting legal battle ahead. The question remains, did Taylor dodge a bullet, or was Lively exposed as someone who built her case on a friendship that ultimately backfired? The unfolding drama promises to reveal even darker truths. As the legal proceedings continue, the implications of Lively's actions are becoming increasingly apparent. The courtroom is not just a battleground for legal arguments. It is a stage where reputations are made and broken. The stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting. With each passing day, the narrative surrounding Lively is becoming more complex, and the public is watching closely. The fallout from this legal saga could have lasting effects on Lively's career. Once seen as a Hollywood darling, she now faces scrutiny from both the media and her peers. The whispers of her being difficult to work with are growing louder, and industry insiders are beginning to distance themselves from her. The once glamorous image she cultivated is now under threat, and the consequences of her actions may be far-reaching. As the trial date approaches, the tension is palpable. Lively's legal team is working tirelessly to maintain her narrative, but with Taylor Swift's camp providing evidence that contradicts her claims, the battle is becoming increasingly uphill. The courtroom drama is not just about legalities. It is about the very essence of trust, loyalty, and the consequences of betrayal. In the end, the question remains: what will the court decide? Will Lively's credibility withstand the scrutiny, or will the evidence against her prove too overwhelming? The outcome of this case could redefine not only her career, but also the dynamics of celebrity friendships in Hollywood. As the drama unfolds, one thing is certain: the world will be watching, and the truth will eventually come to light. So, what do you think? Did Taylor Swift dodge a bullet, or was Blake Lively exposed as someone who built her case on a friendship, only to watch that friendship blow up in her face? Are we just seeing the beginning of something even darker? Leave a comment and share your thoughts, and stay tuned for the next video. Because trust me, you won't believe what's coming next.